Hi there. Tonight for homework we have page 10-4, representing rates. And remember we talked about rates today and how it is a way of comparing two different things like hours and minutes, or hours and dollars, or minutes and a distance. So you'll often be looking for the word per when you're doing a rate, and you might hear about miles per gallon, or dollars per hour, or hear cost per pound, or over here we looked at words per minute when you're typing, or here a distance, miles per gallon. So that's when you would be using rates, and I wanted to remind people how you're going to do the problems tonight. Today we did this one about Andy earning $8 per hour, and we learned that the rule was that his earnings, the amount of money he took home, was $8 times the number of hours he worked. So you start by filling out this chart. 1 hour equals 8. 2 hours equals 16. Helps to know your multiplication tables. 3 hours, 3 times 8 is 24. Here's the one that tricked people a little bit, because some people wanted to put 4 right down here just to follow right down. But we're looking at how much he earned. 40 is what he earned, and we know he gets $8 an hour, so 40 divided by 8 is 5. They kind of tricked you a little bit there, but I think most people caught it. And then 7 times 8 is 56. So you start by filling out that chart, and then over here you look at the graph. Now when you look at this graph, you're going to know you have to look at each one, because they may have a different way that either the dollars or the miles or whatever they're counting is divided up. So I'm looking here, and there's a 0, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then on the 5th line there's a 10. So I know that every little line up represents 2. I figured that out because I could go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and get in there. Look at that each time, because it may change from graph to graph, chart to chart. So here we're going to plot 1 and 8, and remember that this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis, and we always do the x-axis first, so we're going to do 1 and 8. So you're going to go over 1 and up 8, and you want to plot very carefully. I'm going to try here on this. It might be tricky for me. You're going to have an easier time, and there you go. And then 2 and 16, 2 here. Here's 10, 12, 14, 16. I want to go right here. It's very hard for me to do this without seeing the paper, and there we go. And then 3 and 24. 3 is here, and up to 20, 22, 24. Let's see if I can get it right there. And then you're going to continue on and so forth, just all the way up, plotting each one. When you're done, you'll connect one dot to the next. And I do like to be able to kind of see your dots in there, so make sure your points are dark enough that I can see them. Then you're going to be answering questions. Here the question is, plot a point to show Andy's earnings at 5.5 hours. How much would he earn? So over here is the hours, so 5.5 is going to be right here. And you have to think, 5.5, he earns, remember, $8 an hour. So 5.5 times 8. And you can figure that out however you need to. You can multiply, you can do 5 times 8 is 40, and then 5 times 1/2. You can figure it out that way, however you want. But your answer should be 44. So I'll put that right here, $44. And we're going to try to plot that right where the 44 is. And you'll have made this whole line up, so it'll be very easy for you to plot it right in there. Okay? Now I'm just going to show you the other ones just so that you can see. Here we have we have weight down here and cost up here. Here, what you want to make sure you always look, like I said, 0 and 10. So it's not going to be 2 each. It's going to be 1, 2, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're going to have to think, what would be halfway between 0 and 10? That would be 5. What would be halfway between 0 and 5? Would be 2.5. What would be halfway between 5 and 10? Would be 7.5. That's a little trickier, and I saw some people today just trying to do it too the same way you did up here, but it's not going to work because you don't have the same chart here. If we look over here, we have 0 and 100. So you're going to have to think you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little lines to go up. So you're going to have to think, how am I going to do that? If it were 10, you might be able to go up by 2. So think 20, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. That would work. And then down here, we have 0 here.